Most people are trustworthy and good. Most people figure that they just want to treat other people like they want to be treated and live and let live. And that's fairly universal, except that there are bad guys out there, crazy people, crooks, whatever. And when they see an open site, they sometimes misbehave. Sometimes they're just looking for attention. Sometimes they're trying to run a scam. The reason it's not too common on our site is because people understand that when you're on the net, you leave behind trace evidence. And we're really good at digging that up. And we're really good at working with the cops on this. We have to do two things at the same time. You got to help out the cops and the victims fast, and we're good at that. You also got to remember that there's things like due process and this Bill of Rights thing and privacy law. And it's even more important these days to enforce those constitutional guarantees as part of the whole effort to restore constitutional law in this country.
So if it's a day in the life for you and you have an email...
Did you miss that, Jonathan? That was important.
Oh, the Bill of Rights is very popular around here. It's very good. So let's just explore that a little further. You're starting your morning off, you've had your cup of coffee, you're ready for a good 9-hour stretch of customer service, and there's an email from Sergeant Smith of the Tacoma Police Department asking you urgently for any information you have that could lead to the apprehension of the person who posted the following ad on Craigslist.
We do get those cases, and given federal law, the ECPA, unless there's imminent danger involved, and we had a situation like that last week, it was a joke, but it sounded real, you got to go through the whole due process search warrant kind of thing. What we do is if the cops don't know what's involved, if they need help filling out a search warrant, we won't disclose any details, but we'll tell them the kind of thing that's required to get the thing expedited. Again, the moral principle involved is that you got to help out a victim fast, but due process is really important, especially in this time of, warrantless searches. So you got to help the victim, you got to stop the bad guys, and yet you have to do so in a way that you're not a bad guy yourself. And that situation kind of thing happens relatively frequently.
And is this a decision that basically rests with you?
No. The head of
Maple.
customer service, that's Clint, he's the guy who usually makes that decision. Sometimes people email me or call me directly because I've given my personal number, to be spread through the electronic crime task force regions across the country.
It's like the bat signal.
Oh, it's exactly like the bat signal, except that I know I'm not Batman. I'm more like McGruff the crime dog.
We do appreciate your helping to take a bite out of crime. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yes, especially since you were facilitating the crime to begin with.